How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson, and today I've got 3 fun and easy riffs for you from Reo Speedwagon. Right now Guitar Control is giving away a cool free chord chart. There's a link down in the description where you can download yours. It's in PDF format with every chord you could ever need all neatly compiled into one sheet. So you can print it off, you can throw it in your gig bag, you can put it wherever you practice, any chord you could ever need at a glance. And it's a free download, just click the link. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the first one we've got is Roll with the Changes. So we've got just a regular old A major chord. So the A string is open, and I'm fretting the second fret of the D, G, and B strings. And you can just use one finger, or you can do the multi-finger method like this, whichever is more comfortable for you. Alright, as far as the timing and the strumming for this, it's made up of 8th notes and 16th notes. So beat number 1 is 2 8th notes. Beat number 2 is an 8th note and 2 16th notes. But that 16th, the 16th note that's at the end of 2 is tied to the first 16th note of beat 3. And so beat 3 is entirely 16th notes. So you're coming from that 4, 3, E, and 4, E, and. So if you notice that it's the same way on beat 3, the last 16th note is tied to the first 16th note of the previous measure. So it's like. So if you want to think of it as like down, 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 up, up, down, up, down, up. Down, 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 up, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and then the next chord is a D over A. So it's like a regular D chord, but we're going to change the bass note to an A, but we're going to do it here. So how I do this chord is I just bar my first finger at the 2nd fret across the first 3 strings, and then use my 2nd finger to pick up the 3rd fret of the B string, and then my 3rd finger to pick up the 4th fret of the D string, and the A string is open. And with this we've got the exact same strumming that we did before. Then we're going to go to a G over A. So what we're going to do is just move this shape up a half step, and move your 2nd finger from the B string to the G string. So it's like the F, but just moved up here. And so with this, we've got half of a measure. Back to the D over A, and then back to the A. And then the whole thing just repeats. So it's Alright, so next we've got Riding the Storm Out. So this one also has some kind of, different chords, shapes than you maybe have done in the past, but that's not too terribly bad. So we start off, we've got an A minor, so my first finger's on the 1st fret of the B string, and my 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string, and my 3rd finger's on the 2nd fret of the G string. So we've got this shape. Now you're going to lift your 2nd and 3rd finger off and play the D and the G string open, and then hammer these 2 back on. So if you're a beginner, this might be kind of difficult because these 2 fingers are going to not want to work in tandem. They're going to kind of want to do their own thing. So just practice, and it shouldn't take too terribly long, and you'll get it. So that's like 1 and then on the downbeat of 2 we hit just the G and the B string. And then we pedal the A string open twice, and now it says B minor. but we're just playing the top end. So you can just take this A minor chord shape and move it up a whole step. So now that your first finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, and your second finger's on the 4th fret of the D string, and your 3rd finger's on the 4th fret of the G string. And then another muted A string, and now we've got a C, but it's the top end of the C. So it's just the 5th fret of the D string and the G and the B strings, and I just use my middle finger, because then we're just going to work our way back down. So it's... So after we do that, we move back down to the B5, and then it just more or less starts over again. And then the last one we're going to look at is Time for Me to Fly. So for this one, it's actually in an open tuning. So you need to tune your low E string down to a D. The A string stays the same, and the D string stays the same. Our G string, we're going to tune it down a half step to F sharp. Then our B string down a whole step to an A, and our high E string down to a D. Now, this one's pretty easy as far as what you have to do with your fretting hand. So the first chord is just D, and it's just all of the strings open. Then we're going to go to a G add 9. So you're going to take your first finger and pick up the 5th fret of the low E, and then kind of use that to mute the A string. And then I'm going to take my second finger and get the 5th fret of the D string, and my 3rd finger to get the 5th fret of the G string, and then the B and high E strings are open. And then we're going to do this same shape up a whole step. So everything's at 7. So this is, we'll move it up here, it's A add 4. So for the timing for this is a little, strange. You've got 1, 2, E, and 3, and 3, E, and. So it's. So trying to sit and count it out like that is going to be difficult, because it's like a quarter note, then a dotted 8th note, and then 3 16th notes, and then an 8th note tied to a 16th note, and 3 16th notes. So if you think of it more like, like the song is like, ba da 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 da. So you can kind of strum it out that way, like by tapping the timing out. Okay, so an alternative way that you could do those chords too is, instead of, you could use your thumb. If that's more comfortable for you. It's not comfortable at all for me to use my thumb, so I just do it this way. But I watched a live video of Kevin Cronin, and he plays it. He uses his thumb when he's playing it this way live. Alright, so there you have it, 3 fun and not too terribly difficult riffs to play from Reo Speedwagon. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.